Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to everybody joining us on Facebook today. Today is the day. It's Giving Tuesday at Treehouse and around the world. And we are taking over our social media all day long to share how your donations make a really big difference for each one of our youth and kids in foster care. So I'm just so excited. And today we're joined with Marissa Meyer. Hello, Marissa.
Hello, thank you for having me.
We have such a big goal today. By midnight, we're trying to raise $150,000. And I'm super jazzed that we're already at 137,000. So hopefully during this live, we'll get a few gifts and have some exciting movement happening. But yeah, we're just really, the purpose of Giving Tuesday is about making the holiday season brighter for our youth and making sure that Treehouse's programs continue to serve kids experiencing foster care all through the year. So as we're waiting for a few folks to join, let me refresh. It's always kind of fun to see how things are going. But yeah, we're at 92% of our goal. So 160 folks have already woken up early, made gifts before Giving Tuesday. So it's just really, really awesome to see how we're going. And I want to thank everyone who's already supported. We have already met our matching challenge, which is amazing. We had a $65,000 matching challenge pool. So thank you to our Giving Tuesday matching challenge supporters, Anonymous, Keogh Family Foundation, Diane and Patrick, and of course, my buddy today, Marissa. Thank you. So each gift today is important and impactful, and we hope that folks are still going to be inspired to give to Treehouse and causes all across our community. Yeah, we want to bring the fun and the magic of Giving Tuesday here on the live. So we've been talking about the matching so much. It's a really special way for folks to multiply their impact. And one of our challenge pool supporters is here with us to talk about your Treehouse experience. So thank you so much, Marissa. I'm so glad you're here. And for folks tuning in, you can share why Giving Tuesday is important to you and ask us questions in the chat. So hello, Marissa. How excited?
Oh, hi, happy Giving Tuesday. I am so excited to hear that it's doing so well, 92%, and it's not barely noon. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's been super exciting. And thank you so much again. You've been an amazing Treehouse supporter and fan and superhero for many years. So I'm really glad that you're here with us.
Thank you. I think a Treehouse fan is a perfect way to put who I am. I love you guys. I love the service that you provide. I love your mission. It's something that has spoken to my heart for over a decade now. And my husband as well is just a huge supporter. So I'm really thrilled that I get to be a part of it.
So you are a celebrated author and you've donated many of your books to our free Treehouse store over the years. And many of our youth love reading and hope to become authors themselves. What are some things that you hope for young readers and writers?
Yeah, I love meeting young writers. It's one of the highlights of my job because I was them. I remember being a teenager and just having these big starry-eyed dreams of being published and seeing my name in print and getting to share my stories with the world. And I feel so lucky every day that this is my life and I have reached this goal, this dream of mine. So I would, my biggest wish for young writers is that they will get there too, that they will continue to be inspired to write, to tell their stories, to follow their passions. And I hope that it takes them great places.
Many of the characters in your books are young people who are fiercely determined to achieve their dreams. How has working with youth in foster care shaped how you develop your characters and your stories?
Yeah, I am so inspired. It goes both ways. I am inspired by so many teens that I meet and teens that I've met through Treehouse. And at the same time, I write my characters hoping that they will serve as inspirations, both for young readers, but also for older readers. I feel like a lot of us could, learn to be more brave, more resilient, more courageous, more empathetic. And I think this is one of the great things that reading gives to us, is this opportunity to explore stories and worlds through somebody else's eyes, and to be in someone's shoes and, experience someone else's point of view. And it changes us. The more that we read, the more we are able to, be accepting and loving and understanding of other people. I think it's one of the great powers of literature. So obviously my biggest goal as a writer is generally just to entertain. I hope people read the books and think they're really fun and get to go on cool adventures. But I definitely write characters that I hope will inspire readers as well.
That's awesome. And for folks jumping in, I see hello to Ben. We have a bunch of folks watching. Please drop in comments, questions, why you're excited about Giving Tuesday, why you support Treehouse or other causes. And you can give through Giving Tuesday today at treehouseforkids.org/donate. And we're celebrating Giving Tuesday with Marissa Meyer right now. So another thing that you've been doing with Treehouse for a while is supporting with your time and talent and investing in our programs. You've also mentored a few youth. What inspires you about Treehouse's mission? Like, what keeps you engaged?
What doesn't inspire me about Treehouse's mission? I feel so lucky to have had the childhood that I had. And I think a lot of people feel that way when we look back. And I had two loving parents. I lived in the same household my whole life, went to the same schools. I didn't have to worry about changing schools halfway through the year, or, whether or not I was going to go home to my family or to a new family, or whether or not I was going to have a present under the Christmas tree. They were just givens in my life. And as an adult, when you start hearing, stories about kids in foster care who that's not a given, part of me feels really strongly that there's something wrong with that. Like, kids are in foster care through no fault of their own. The choices of others have led to them being in these circumstances. And I want them to have all the same privileges and joys that I had growing up, and it can be simple things, a new backpack at the start of the year, or, getting to wear cool, trendy clothes, or, even just like having someone in your corner to cheer you on and say, like, you got this. Like, those are huge things. And a lot of us take them for granted. So I just love that Treehouse is that person in the corner for so many foster kids, and is really doing the work to try to provide a little bit of normalcy to their lives. I think that's really important.
Yeah, I agree with you. When I first got connected with Treehouse, it was through volunteering and being able to see folks shopping in our free store and really getting the same things that every kid should have. And so finding that sweater that they really want to wear to school, or with their siblings, finding a toy or a book on the shelves. And so it's been really amazing to see during COVID, and now when we're in a really flexible time period, how much Treehouse continues to think through our programs to meet kids where they're at, both academically and emotionally, but also across the whole state. So we've done quite a few things during the past year that have been exciting, like pivoting to online orders. We've done a pop-up store in Spokane where kids and families could come shop. So it's been really incredible to see kind of these sparks of joy happening, which I just love.
Yeah, no, I love that also. When we first started getting involved with Treehouse, it was, largely Seattle centric. And we're down in Tacoma. And I remember asking, like, when are you going to expand to Tacoma? Like, we need you down here too. And in the time since, now you've expanded so much and are serving, so many more kids. And that's just fantastic. And I'm really, really happy about it.
Yeah, same. I think right now is a super fun time to be part of Treehouse. And I know a lot of folks that have given for Giving Tuesday and other times of the year have been really inspired to hear how kids are getting served. Right now is our holiday magic season. And so we are delivering gifts across the whole state. So our caregivers were shopping from a menu of gifts in the fall, and now we've had organizations and teams step up to help package and ship. So it's going to be really exciting the next few weeks to see all these kids have meaningful gifts. I want to give a shout out to Tosh, one of our alumni who posted earlier today. She's supporting Treehouse and other organizations on Giving Tuesday, but she got a camera on Holiday Magic as a child, and now she's a professional photographer. It's so cool.
What a cool story. I love that.
Yeah, she's so fun and continues to give back to Treehouse and the community and is an amazing artist. And so it's fun to have all these creative spirits on Giving Tuesday.
Definitely.
We have folks watching us right now. Why should they join today? Like, why do you think Giving Tuesday is important?
Yeah, I think here we are, the holidays are upon us. And for so many of us, myself included, the last week and going forward into December, it's going to be thinking a lot about, shopping for my kids and going to get our Christmas tree and what am I going to fill the stockings with? And are we going to squeeze in some ice skating? And we've got great traditions, and I am really excited to do Christmas with my family and all of this. And that's fine. That's a wonderful thing. But Giving Tuesday, I think, is a great period to put a pause on that, and to think outside your own family and your own self and look at the community and look at the larger world and think, what can I be doing to bring the holidays to somebody else? And what can I be doing to, make a little bit more brightness and joy and festivities for someone else? And I just think that it's really important, and it's an important part of the holiday season for me and for my family to start thinking of others. And it's not just a period of receiving and celebrating, it's also a period of giving. And I think that that's a really important message to be sharing with our kids. And Giving Tuesday is just like the perfect time to stop and to do that, and to ask yourself, what causes were important to me, what do I want to support, and how can I make a difference?
I love that so much. And just like a quick update, we are 93% to our goal. We've raised $139,000, and it is 12:15.
That's amazing.
So amazing.
Go supporters.
Folks joining in and listening, please continue to give. We are only halfway through Giving Tuesday, and our goals are real. Each donation means that kids have essentials. We have staff that work with youth from ages 0 all the way into their 20s. Young adults depend on us to figure out how to navigate financial aid to go to college, getting their first apartment, how to figure out navigating their first job interviews. Little kids are thinking about their holiday gifts. We have high schoolers right now that have gone through so much recently of figuring out virtual school, in-person school, different situations. So your gifts really make a difference and are immediately put to work. And I hope that you continue to join us. We have a question. So we're excited to talk about youth in foster care and awareness of how much it matters to partner with them. Knowing every person is different, of course, I'm curious if there are any words of hope and encouragement or maybe advice that you would give your young adult self?
Any advice I would give to like young Marissa?
Yes.
Oh boy. I think the thing that I wish I could go back and tell young Marissa is to be more patient, and to take her time with things. I knew that I wanted to be a writer from a really young age. And so by the time I was in high school, I was just desperate to get published, desperate to see this dream come true. And every year that ticked by and I hadn't finished a novel and I wasn't even close to querying agents or getting a book deal, I just would get so frustrated with myself and feel like it's never going to happen. You're such a failure. You're wasting your life, like all at 16 years old. And I wish that I could go back and tell her, like, it's going to be fine. It's a process. It's a journey. You're going to get there if you keep working at it. But it's okay to slow down and enjoy the process of learning to write. Enjoy the journey of figuring out characters and plot lines and settings and all of these things that I love to do. I'm doing it because this brings joy to me, but I was so focused on getting published that I missed out on a lot of that joy. So that's what I would have told my young self.
I totally feel that. I think I got caught up a lot too around like, what are these big goals that I have? How do I work as hard as possible to hit them? Which that drive is great and is a great motivator. I think something I would tell my young self is celebrate the now, celebrate having wonderful friends and living in Seattle. I moved to Seattle in my 20s and I still have not been to Canada yet. So I think just like it's right there. So encouraging folks to live in the now and explore and celebrate, I think is really fun. Mm-hmm. Well, as we wrap up, we have Giving Tuesday, which obviously is a very loud and busy day of generosity. But Treehouse has so much going on during the holiday season. We have Treehouse Bingo. So folks can download a bingo card, and we have all these ways to get involved, whether that's supporting Treehouse with our holiday wish list, posting a donation drive, following things on social media. But we also have ways that you can connect with friends and family and coworkers in the community. This is our 33rd year of doing Cairo Radio's Holiday Magic campaign, which Marissa, you've also been involved with. Mm-hmm. So check us out on mynorthwest.com/holidaymagic. And we want to hear from you. We want to hear why you're inspired to give back and what connects you to Treehouse. So we'll pop that into the chat too, of ways you can share your story. It brings a lot of soul and heart to our work. And so I'm really grateful to you, Marissa, for joining us today and sharing why you care. And one more shout out, treehouseforkids.org. Oh my gosh, /donate to give to Giving Tuesday today. Marissa, do you have any last thoughts or things you want to share?
I just want to say that I am likewise so grateful to you, Lindsay, and to Catherine, who's running the behind the scenes, and to everyone at Treehouse. The work that you're doing is so needed and so amazing. And just know that you are super, super appreciated.
Thank you so much, Marissa. Thank you, everyone that tuned in to live. We'll post this after live so you can watch with us whenever it works for you. Thanks so much, everybody.